Now I'm going to show you a few tricks of the trade. Remember, I've been painting all morning. Good painters, no painter in your hands. Now what you're going to need is a painting knife when you go to paint. Pick these up for $1 at any painting store. Don't use a box cutter. These are what you want to use. There's a reason for that. This is a 9-in-1 tool. I'll show you what that's used for. A lot of people don't understand it at all. It makes a lot of common sense. Now, if I know this is probably not going to be in the picture, but I keep my brushes in water when I'm not using them. I usually have a little bit of this stipple here that's right here that's dried. I'll show you how to get that off. First of all, it's wet. You take your standard wire brush. You put your brush, paintbrush, up on a hard surface. And you let the wires take out the excess paint. And you dip it again and you do the other side. And this works on new brushes or old brushes or anything you want to call it. Just so you get an idea. You always want to go one way on them. And as you can see, it cleans them up pretty good. Now that's how we clean the... Now I can actually do this more, but I've got more on this video. So the next thing we want to do is we want to know how to clean a roller. The handyman's guide doesn't show you how to do that. Now we don't clean rollers because it takes too long. When they dry, they get too rough, and it's just easier to get a new one. But I'll show you how to clean one if you want to do it. This is the only way to clean rollers. First of all, this roller here will hold maybe a pound of paint, whatever. You ever notice this little tool, while weird it looks? What you want to do first is you have your paint on here. This has water on it. What you want to do first, if it's got paint on it, over the paint bucket, is to get all your excess paint into your bucket, like that. It's still got a lot of paint in it. Then what we do is most people paint in the summer. Therefore, if they paint in the summer, they clean outside. So, we take a hose and our roller, and you want to hit a stream right on the edge where it starts to twist it. Like this. You go up and down and up and down. And up and down until it gets clean. But even after it gets clean, once it dries, it'll be rough and you can't use it again. So then what we do, generally, instead of cleaning the rollers, like right here, this one's wet. Okay, I'm going to be using this throughout the paint job. So I don't want to keep cleaning it and getting a new one or whatever. So what I do is I leave it in wet paint right here. Then what I do is I get a little bit of plastic. I put it over the top all the way around, and I put white tape right down here all the way around it and seal it till the next day or whenever I need it next. Now my paintbrushes, if I'm not using them, I throw them in water. All I have to do is dry those off a little bit like this, and I'm ready to go again, no problem. If your brushes aren't clean and straight, if your rollers aren't clean and straight, then your tools won't work right, and your paint job can be a whole lot harder than it is. Another trick is This is one not too many people know about. This right here is WD-40, or wet dry 40 oil. This is your paintbrush right here. Now on your paintbrush, you only want to use the top maybe inch. So what you do is you take your WD to the rest of it. Just a little bit here and a little bit there. You go, oh no, you're getting oil on there. Oh no. Oh no. Now watch. I'm putting a little bit of WD 40 oil on the bottom here. Now what that does is it will not affect the top here. When I go to paint up here, it won't affect it. But if the paint gets down here, this has already got a waterproofer paint remover on it. And it's a hell of a lot easier to clean. You don't want to put the WD on the whole brush. But if you do just the bottom stencils, which you aren't using anyway, then it's a lot easier to clean. Those are just some of the tips. Alright, I have to get back to painting. If that's helped anybody, please leave a message and tell me what you think.